Hello everybody, it's Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. Just a little random video today. I didn't know how I was going to talk about this, but if you have followed me for a while, you know that I was a vendor in a vendor's mart. I had a little spot. And before that, I had my own store, which I closed a few years ago. Um, and then even before that, I was always in some kind of shop. And I have been doing this ever since I was like 25, and I'm 70 now. So I've just always did it. And I was always shopping for things for my little spot or my little store, whatever. So a few weeks ago, the place that I was at is going to close, and the owner, which it was a gigantic place. I did a few videos from there, but before it turned into the shop, it was like a warehouse, so it was quite large. And a few months ago, her husband passed, and she just, was going through a lot of stuff. So her plans are to close the shop and just start new because one of the daughters is moving away. So it was a lot on her. So she decided we were going to close. So there's a lot of things that, I was doing and making for the shop that right now just trying to find somewhere to put things. Um, we have probably 2 more weeks, and even though I was doing r- well up there, it was just what it was. And I didn't get to do Saturday morning makes. I know I will start rambling, but I went to a women's conference, and it was like hundreds of women there, and I enjoyed it so much because it was like something I needed. And then on Sunday, not even knowing, what the message was going to be, um, it was from Jeremiah 29 and 11. And the scripture is, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope in a future." And I was thinking about the shop, like, what to do. And this was just the message. So a lot of times we don't know what our plans are or what's going to happen, but the Lord knows. So hopefully I will be all right with that. And I will probably be doing some things online. I do sell some things on my Instagram, but a lot of the pieces are big pieces like home decor. But I was doing like my journals up there, which were, doing good. But I would be getting rid of some of those, even though I was doing these stashes already. But this was a page that I made for that scripture. It's just simple. And if you hadn't followed me long, I do Bible journaling, but I hadn't shown my Bible in a while also. And before then, the last thing I had did in here was on February 5th. And it was from Psalm 17, Psalm 16. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. So I just used some of my stickers and just wrote, "Jesus is my joy." So that is that page in there. And even though I didn't get to do Saturday morning makes, since I was doing little friend mail, I decided since two crafters, one design, the theme this week was envelopes. So what I did is I have been decorating envelopes for little Happy Mail packs. So that was one of them. And then I did this one. So two crafters, one design is hosted by Melissa, who is Mo's Creation, Gloria, who is, I always mess this up, but Gloria, please forgive me, Girliest Cards, and then Lisa, I always mess her channel up, but it's You See Why I'm a Diva. So I will post their channels down below. But this was my little project for them for this week. I know it's a bit late. And also before this, my last video, I did a little walkthrough of my yard, which I have trees. It's like a little forest back there, but there were a few trees that I needed down, and it is not cheap to get trees down. But we had to clean the backyard off, and hopefully when we get all this clean off, which it's only gonna be 3 trees. I wished I could do it all, but just resetting up my little plantings and my little garden back there, which it would give me more sun. And even though I was gonna have a smaller garden and plant area this year, I decided I probably need to grow as much food as I can, for a while. So that was that video. And then I did promise I would come back and do a flip of my journal. I started this journal in January, and the plan was to really just do 2 months, but I ended up putting January, February, and March in here. So this is what happened. Um, Even though I probably should have stopped in March, I went ahead and I did it anyway. I have did a few pages for March. Um, so since it was getting so bulky, I decided that I would go ahead and just decorate all of my pages and just write my little notes and stick them in some of the pockets, because it was getting hard to write. But I think I ended with this page, and I try to do a week before I show it, but this was what I did as far as last week. And these are just a few pages that I decorated. This background page is from a Daphne's diary book, and everything else was just bits and pieces that were laying around. That little girl from my friend Elise, I use whatever. And if I get a chance to finish in this video, I am going to show you what I am planning on doing to try to thin through some of my ephemeral bits and pieces, a little whatever. This page right here, and yeah, I did show it, but it was another one of the challenges for two crafters, one design, when the theme was green. So I did come back and added a few more things to this page, like this little um, piece out off of a drink carton, added some little glittery rick rack. This page here, and I think I showed it, but That one, and I didn't show this one, but this was the first day of spring, and that was my little layout for that. I did this page using a little Kool-Aid pack for a little flip. Um, the other part of that, well, this is a page from Daphne's Diary, always also a background, the background page. Um, these little pieces here are from Yaya, who is Yaya Snail Mail. This is from Paper Pippy. This also is one of her little pieces. This page here, I went ahead and finished. This page here, and this is a piece of advertisement from a restaurant that was in our town, Highway 55, and it was just nostalgic. Not pronouncing it right, but um, Highway 55. They serve burgers, shakes, hot dogs, and things like that. So I did this page for that. Uh, little children's book. This is from a Coca-Cola calendar. Little guest chick. This little float was out of a magazine. And then this page here, there's a pocket. And what I have been doing is just adding all my notes down there. A little page of that Maple and Willow's children's book. And then this page here have one of those little pop things on my butterfly, a little pocket for journaling. And then I went ahead and did the last page, which these are the little subscription cards that you can find in magazines. So I just added that. This was off of some Happy Mail, and then the last little pocket and a little card that says end. So this is my January, February, and March journal. And I may come back and do a complete flip, but that's it for today. But I want to thank you all for your support of my channel. I hope that you continue to enjoy it. Leave a comment, a thumbs up if you like, and have a great day. I will talk with you later.